What's going on, people? This is your boy Ed from Atlanta. Still looking rough, but it's okay because it's a beautiful day. My life is beautiful in it, and God is not done working on me. Again, I have just realized that I am really concerned now more than ever about my eternal resting place, and I'm not concerned to the point where I'm just going to live in the cloud and act like real life is not happening. I am going to acknowledge that there are still pains, there are still frustrations, there are still irritations and trials and tribulations, and you will continue to go through things until you get through them. But I want to encourage you to keep on going, man. I know that it's a lot going on out here, and you can't stress enough uh, the need to keep going and be mindful about the people that are around you and mindful about the people that you invite in your life and allowing your space. You have to be really mindful because if not, you will find yourself in really bad situations that you didn't put yourself in. In this world that we're living in, everything is geared towards vanity. And now we all have our own issues, we all have our own isms, we all have our own struggles and our own battles. But here's the thing, ain't no man's judgment against you gonna actually stand unless you just are not above it. um People are always pointing fingers and worried about the wrong things. I encourage you to be beautiful on purpose and in spite of, because the reality is God loves you. And God created the universe. He is not the universe. So he sits high and he looks low and he loves you. And in spite of what you've done, what you're doing, what you will do, what you propose to do, what you've always known to do, like his love is available to even you. That word says that his blood was shed once and for all men. So there is redemption for you. You're never too far gone, and you're speaking to someone who thought he was too far gone. But I'm here, and I'm getting better every day. I'm growing every day. I'm evolving every day. Every day, I learn to tap in a little bit more to peace. I learn to tap in a little bit more to joy. And again, I want to remind you, it does not mean that you won't have issues. Like, I'm dealing with a lot of things, but I have peace. I have rest in the midst of it. And I am working on learning how to really just get back into that space where I hear from God, because I really need his guidance. I need his direction. This is not the time for me to drop the ball. I finally believe in myself. I believe in the greatness that was placed within me. I believe in the favor that is on my life. I believe in the anointing that is on my life. And while I don't fully understand all of these things, I know enough to know to keep going. I will not stop, and I won't stop, because I owe it to myself to win. I owe it to those that I'm going to help to win. I am going to move because I don't owe it to God, but I really want to, you know, show him that I agree with him as best I can. You know what I'm saying? He's not looking for me to perform and put on a show. He wants me to be genuine. He wants me to be true to who he's created me to be, and to take the talents that he's given me and capitalize on them. It's taken a really long time, but I realized that my destiny is not tied to one particular man. So it's like I no longer, and I have to fight to stay in this space, look to man for help. Because sometimes we see that there's such a beauty within us, there's such a skill set within us, there's such a passion within us, and that thing drives us, and oftentimes sleepless nights ensue and restlessness occurs. But don't be anxious in anything, you know what I'm saying? Be anxious for nothing, and grateful in all circumstances. But I'm trusting God to be the one to fulfill what he placed in me, because he gave it to me. And the questions I've raised to him and the problems I've laid before him, not that he's unaware, but he does like to have conversation about it. So in talking to him about the problems, I begin to realize that it's a God-sized problem. It's not a man-sized problem. It's a God-sized problem. And I do believe that he's more than interested in fixing it. He absolutely is looking to fix it. He's looking to fulfill. He's looking to take care of. He is looking to restore. He is looking to honor. He's looking to lift. And he wants those who will be honorable to the oppressed, that will show them mercy, that will be kind to these people. And it is just in my heart to do so many wonderful things. One of which, the biggest one, honestly, is going to be for me personally, sharing my testimony and just being myself in hopes that all men, might be saved and spared from the fire. That is my faith. That is what I believe. And if it makes sense to you, I am growing in my spirituality and not in religion. In my spirituality, I still love the Lord. I call his name Jesus because that is my native tongue. At least that's the tongue that I was born with. You feel me? Like, that's what I was taught. So I call his name Jesus, Christ, Yeshua. Yeah, I believe in him. And so the separation is, or distinction between the two is the fact that one is rules and regulations, orchestrated by men, which are still being enacted today. It's so easy for the devil to get up in the church, him and his servants, because a lot of times there don't be no God in that. God's spirit is not in that building. It's just a dead bones, dry, need water. You know what I'm saying? But with my quest in my spiritual journey is to draw closer to the Lord, like really get to know God. That is called a relationship. You know how you spend time with someone and you're courting them and you're talking to them and you are learning about their likes and their dislikes, their passions, the things that make them smile, the things that anger them, the things that trigger them. You know what I'm saying? You want to know, how did you become so patient? Why are you so kind? What does love look like for you? What is, your end goal? Like, what ultimately is it about? Like, you get an opportunity when you take time to trust that he is who he says he is. You are given an opportunity to speak with him and get to know him personally. And that is always the goal. That has always been the mission. So there's that. And then I went through several seasons because I always did not believe in myself. I actually believed not in myself more than I actually did. And that hindered me because I didn't realize, nor could I possibly fathom the riches and the glory that I was called to operate in. I couldn't, because I couldn't even love myself. I couldn't even look myself in the mirror. And so I went through several seasons in this particular instance of, Lord, I want what you want for me. And I submit to you all of these things that I desire, all of these things that I would like to do. And if it's not for me to do, please remove it. And instead of it being removed, quite a few of these things that still remain, they actually exponentially grew. And man, they just, I get joy when I consider it because I can see it. I can see it. I can taste it. It's like I'm touching it, and I'm just waiting on the materialization of it to populate. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage you in the meantime to learn how to become a better steward of your time, a better steward of your resources, a better steward of your energy, a better steward of your thoughts. And be sure to just push forward on your best foot. You want to be sure to submit yourself to God. You want to make sure that you are really doing what you know to do and being the best at it. You know what I'm saying? And don't let anyone distract you and tell you otherwise. It's time to really start having the serious conversations. We've got so many atrocities occurring in the world. And I think together we, as the body, We make up the body. We are the spice of life. Diversity is spice. It's an amazingly wonderful Sunday dinner. That's what we are together. And my portion definitely is to operate in hospitality. That's going to be a founding principle of everything that is to come in my life. And so, you see me as I am because this is me. I don't show up as my representative. I show up as myself because I'm not ashamed of me. I like me, and I know I got work to do on myself, but I'm confident in me. Like, I'm no longer that insecure, timid, little fragile boy that I used to be, that just doubted and was afraid of damn near everything. And so he would react in violence and self-preservation, and attempts to just make it through each day, right? Never really too much think about tomorrow, although he really wanted to be there, right? So all of that is said to encourage you to draw close to God, man. I really think it's necessary, and I think He's the only thing that can fix any of this stuff down here. And I thank God and salute the ones that are really out here on the forefront. Tamika Mallory, Teslin Figaro, the Breakfast Club is amazing out here in this world. Jamel Hill, Amanda Seals, Jill Scott, Senator Nina Turner, Rose Scott, the Bakari Sellers. I absolutely adore each and every one of you for the wisdom, the knowledge, the gems, the endless pursuit to justice and peace. That's righteous to me. And so just peace and blessings upon all of your lives. And my prayer is that God overtake you with blessings, and that He just bust you in the head with them and knock you down and fill you with joy as you just begin to become boggled at the flood that is happening in your life. I want that for you. And I desire that for you. I need that for you, because you guys do such an amazing job of fighting for us. And there are others I did not name. So, please don't think I'm just singling out people and that I'm overlooking, but those are the ones that popped off the top of my head. So I want you to keep on going. Keep on pushing. We got stuff to do. Remember, you matter. You are important. Your thoughts are important. Your dreams are important. Your time is important. Don't let people take advantage of you. Stop letting people play with you. You know what I'm saying? And stop being so offended when they try to play with you. You see it, and when you see it, just recognize that you don't have anything to prove to them. The only thing you owe them is love, and you can move on about your life. Sometimes some relationships, because you've invested so much time, they're hurtful when you enter into those spaces, but you will heal and you will get on the other side of it. And what you don't want is someone who is just not going to respect you as a person. That's not a person that's worthy of occupying any type of space in your life, because you alone are beautiful and you're worthy and you are worth it. I want you to keep going. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. And hey, as time goes on, it gets better and better and better. And I'm thankful for today. Talk to y'all later. Stay safe.